Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Dom in Space. Today we're actually starting with a night launch. It's probably really dark for you guys. Apologize again, like I always do. We're starting with the night launch. We have Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Hadlock here, and I built this kind of, I'd have to say, like a hand-me-down rocket to go to Minmus today is kind of our target. Reasoning is because I want to show you what I've been up to with getting kind of a lot of science. We actually have a lot more science than where I left you. And I have not recorded in days, and I have not tested this in days. It's been a while. So, just kind of bear with me here. Whew. So, we're just going to let these solids kind of burn off, and I know we're going way too fast. That's fine for me right now. Just because they're solids, and you can't slow them down. Okay, so we're probably going to need right about there. Oh, big problems. Okay, well, that's not cool. So I'm going to... Oh, that's not fun. I don't think it's possible. So, let's retry that. Whoop, revert flight to launch. We get to watch the thing go off this time. Hopefully we just don't hit too fast like we just did. Let's turn on SAS there and just kind of let it go. So this is bottom stage, like you guys saw at the beginning of the video. Kind of back out there for you. A nice view. It has some of these winglets on there just to kind of maintain some control without using too much electricity. I do need to maintain a little bit, at least for now. I'm not really worried about losing electricity since these four guys are basically just going for a short mission, and they're not going to be transmitting anything. They're going to actually be returning back immediately. So this is what I call the Minmus scatter rocket. And it's got a lot of power, as you can tell. I probably overdid the solid boosters, but I did get this to work off camera, so it shouldn't blow up again. I did have problems off camera too. Also, something new. First order business, I have to figure out which. Let's do a control from here. That's the correct one. It just helps me kind of figure out which direction I'm going. Let's actually do one of these. I don't think I can. But anyways, I'm controlling from this one. I know it's going to cause problems in the future, but we'll survive, hopefully, as long as this doesn't blow up. And if it does, well, I'll just have to figure it out. Awesome. Let those kind of go away. We lost a little bit of speed there. And, oh yeah, so a couple things that have changed. We're just going to kind of move our projected path over a little bit. Some things that have changed. Oops. I have got myself old flight stick that I used to use when I was younger. We got this. My brother had it. I didn't, really think about even using it. But that's what I've been using really to kind of fly these rockets now, which is a lot of fun, truthfully. And I've noticed it's gotten me a little bit more accurate, I think, in my flying them. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of do it from this view. And I'm sorry we're on the dark side, but it's okay. We're kind of aiming for first order business. We got to get a nice orbit. Doesn't have to be too high. Let's go ahead and just get a little bit higher there. So that's going to be probably a good spot there to start from. So we're going to lose a set, and then we're going to lose another set, and then we'll lose the last ones. I think, yeah. So we're going to lose 3 of these engines. And then another 3, and then we have the main one still, and plus the top section. Kind of hard to see right now. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I've been trying to get used to my controls again. It's been a while since I've done this. As you can tell in the map view, there's a lot of flags on the moon, and we'll go over that either if we have time this episode or next episode. I'm planning on releasing an episode based on... Oh boy, I think we're already almost here. Based on how I've been getting quick science, so that's just kind of the plan for now. So we're going to tilt this guy over a little bit. And flight stick is a lot of fun. It'd be so much more fun if I had pedals to kind of get the yaw and stuff down, like a plane does. But right now I'm just kind of using the controls, the extra buttons that are on the flight stick. So, okay, even though we're bringing down our apoapsis there, it'll eventually become our periaps, and we will just kind of modify it later. I know I kind of burned a little bit too late, but we'll survive. If I needed to bring this up, which I don't particularly need to right now, I could be burning... actually, I need to kind of aim a little bit higher right now, just so I don't re-enter the atmosphere. Here we go. Hopefully we can stay out. Last time I did this, I actually did go back into the atmosphere and lost a little bit of delta V there. Okay, there we go. Okay. Kind of going back outwards now. Yeah, I definitely mistimed this burn. So yeah, I've been kind of trying to set up this this launch. Trying to been setting up my controls on this flight stick. It's actually a lot of fun using this. I feel like I'm actually on the ship. So we'll get to the light side and we'll take a look at actually what's going to Minmus here. And that'll describe kind of what the plan is. Just make sure we're not out of fuel yet. Almost there. There they go. Suborbital trajectory. And they will land somewhere, I guess, in the ocean. And explode. That's fine with us. Really, the only concern I have, having to do with creating a realism in this series, is not killing anyone. So that's really the main objective here. And yes, there are much better ways to get to Minmus than this specific way that I'm choosing. The only reason I'm doing it this way, mostly, is because it's the way I know. And it's a little bit easier for you guys to understand. You know, you don't have to sit there and set your inclination at launch or anything. Just get an orbit, which most people are capable of doing if they've played this for long enough. I like to be able to connect with the viewers in that kind of sense. So we'll just kind of cut it for a second. Take a look at our... well, that's plenty. For now, at least. So that main rocket should be able to get us to Minmus. We will have to see, though. I'm just going to go ahead and just aim right at prograde. Kind of burn little spurts just to get just above the atmosphere here. And then we can plan our burn to Minmus. I know this is tends to be a little bit boring for the guys that are used to playing this game, but that is not my target audience. Mostly the guys who watch these videos are people who have either never played this game before, don't know what astrophysics are, or the guys that are part of my community. So, hi guys. I've noticed that. Oop, almost there. And I know there's better ways of doing this, but I just like to burn prograde. I don't like to adjust where I'm burning, or the angle that I'm burning. That was weird. Apoapsis kind of turned there. And we're above. Okay, so both sets are above. Just about the same. Okay, so that is a stable orbit just above the Kerbal atmosphere. And we're coming into the sun here, so we can get a nice view. Let me go ahead and roll this guy over a little bit. Here we are. Okay, out of the shadow. And this is our vehicle. It kind of has just... I actually could afford better parts than these right now with the science that I've collected off camera. But I wanted to kind of use the parts that I had collected in the series so far. So, let's see. The bottom part is just going to get us to Minmus, hopefully. We'll see. We might even have to use some of this stage. This is just another set of fuel, and one of these little engines is right here. And that is kind of just going to get us in a... And that's kind of what this is for, is to get us in an orbit around Minmus. Hopefully shallow orbit. And each one of these pods has a lander in it with science instruments on it. It has all the science instruments that I have unlocked so far. So it has the materials bay, it has a mystery goo, and all the way on the back over here it has a thermometer. And that's really it. But it also has people on it, and the people are kind of the part that's the important part. I know I'm not going to actually get all the science. I'm only going to be able to land in upwards of 4 biomes on Minmus, which is a new feature in the 0.23 update. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to kind of launch these off separately, just kind of detach them from our orbital stage, our Minmus orbital stage, and just kind of target a specific location, let them go down, and then they will return individually to Kerbin here. I'm going to do 1 on camera today, and the other 3 I will choose to either somehow finagle together a what is that thing called, where you kind of put everything together. I don't even know. The word's not working to me. It's like a collage, but video. Montage. There we go. I can somehow either finagle a montage, or I will just do them off camera. I'm going to do 1 full mission. So we're going to take Jeb down on his on a routine mission for him, because he's already done this like 12 times to the moon off camera. And they even brought along a recruit today, Hadlock Kerman here. He is the recruit today. Bill, Bob, and Jeb are just kind of showing them ropes. So they're all going to go first, and they're going to let Hadlock do his thing last, just so he gets the most experience from observing them. I like to add a little bit of story in there. So I'm going to make a plot to Minmus, and the way I know how to do this is just kind to add a maneuver. We are going to set our target. Here we go. Oh, look at that. I did it like right on the descending node. That's really convenient, because what we can do is, if we don't actually get an encounter, which we just did with the moon for a second there. Boop. Oh yeah, he's going to be way too far ahead of me. I'm just going to do a... what is this thing called? A burn here that changes our... almost. A little bit too much. Changes our inclination at one of these nodes. That's kind of the point of there we are. 0.1. A little bit less. Oh boy. I am horrible at this node stuff. Okay, so 0.0. That's perfect inclination for me. We're going to get there, and as you can tell, it's quite a decent burn, which is kind of crazy, just to get the inclination. So we're going to find our spot, and I'm using the stick at this point, the flight stick, which is quite fun. If you guys can go out and like afford one, I don't know really what the prices are. I recently looked up the prices of what are those things called? Racing wheels. And the one I want is very expensive. There's a couple ones in between that I could use, but they don't have a clutch pedal, and that's always my problem with these things. I love having a clutch pedal. It's just a thing of mine. I don't like paddle shifters as much. I am a stubborn American, and it is very cold here. So we are going to wait 4 minutes. Let's get to that point. Bloop, 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 bloop. Time warp. Cool. Just about ready. Make sure we're right on this target node here. And the best part about this, it's going to take 36 seconds. We might as well burn a little bit early then. Boop. Best part about this specific craft is, number one, I've tested it. And number two, we're going to be getting upwards of, I'd have to say, almost 1,300 science from it, potentially. I mean, we could get more if I really wanted to, but I'm not really going for the most efficiency here. I'm just kind of having fun with it. I don't want to, you know, overdo it in that kind of sense. Inclination, come on, go, 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 go. Just a little bit touchy here, there. Let's just get that last bit. Let's see if we can get it. So the way I've done this, so I have the pitch is on the vertical axis of this stick. The roll is on the left and right axes. So in other words, you're actually turning, you know, moving the stick itself. But my trim is on the on buttons that are on the stick itself. So it's actually a little bit easier, in my opinion, to kind of control this. Okay, that's not bad. So we have a nice target that we can set here. We're just going to go ahead and bring out a no. Ooh, wow, look at that. I already got it. That was pretty awesome. That periaps is way too small, though. Way too big, though. I'd like to change that periapsis. Oop. And maybe a little bit less. What happens if we do that? Maybe a little bit more. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that was bad. What did I do? What was I moving? One of these. Okay. Let's see if I can get that just to show up. Just click it. There we are. Come on. Already passed it. 271, almost. Almost. I'm trying for... There we are. That's a really good spike there. Awesome. And that will basically give us a nice trajectory. So let's get to that point. Already passed it. We're going to let our guys kind of zoom around. I'll do the burn. And then what I'll do is I'll catch you guys when we hit Minmus. When we get within its reach. And what I'll do is I'll do this burn. And then I'll probably do a really small correction burn around right around here to just kind of give us a better shot at it. Look at that. It's even getting smaller. So it's going to take us about a day to get there. These guys better have packed their stuff, their supplies. If I was going on this, I'd take some of those like peanut butter filled cheese crackers up there. It's kind of like my new favorite snack. Just bought some the other day. Really good. Yeah, I know, I'm a weirdo. Okay, so I'm going to do this burn. It's going to take a little bit of time. So basically what I'm going to do is allow for just kind of our apoapsis to grow. And I will cut it here, and I will see you when we have a hit. And here we are on our way to Minmus. I actually used way more than I wanted to in fuel. I actually ended up burning some of the center stage. I don't remember if that's actually what I did last time. So I'm not too worried, but I'm not too worried because I learned from my test flight before this episode that we have enough fuel to basically allow each one of these rovers here, or landers here, to basically put itself in orbit. That's how much of a... Oh, we still got plenty of time now. Going really, really slow. Each one of them can even put themselves in orbit and be able to land and be able to take off, just because of the low gravity that it has, that Minmus has. And we're coming in for quite a close encounter here, it looks like. Okay, yeah, so 19 kilometers. That's perfect for me. All I need to do is kind of bring that down. I got plenty of time here. I want to bring down that It's not kind of ideal, though, our location relative to it. It's kind of equatorial there, or whatever they call it these days. Whatever you children are calling it. Okay, and that's good for me. Let's go find that retrograde marker. Here we are. And we'll just fire what we got. Boop. So those are all the way up. Engines are up. Oh yeah, I think we should be okay. This actual stage here is meant to do what I'm doing with it. So if we end up with a little bit of extra fuel in it, I will be very happy, and we'll definitely have enough to finish this mission off. If we don't, each one of these pods, like I said before, Pepper, we don't need you in this shot. Each one of the pods will have enough fuel to make it home. So let's go ahead and just kind of cut it right about... let's see how far down we can get this. Pepper, get out of my shot. I can't see. Okay, let's bring this down as much as we can. Ooh, 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 I'm not watching. The cat was in the screen. No! And that is plenty right about there. 15. Let's zip around over there and kind of reduce it even more. I know there's ways to do it, but I don't feel like learning. So yeah, we are in an orbit around Minmus, which is really nice. We'll see how much fuel we have left in that main orbital stage. It will have to stay here. I don't actually have a probe on it or anything, so I won't be able to fly it after the after these command pods leave. We're just gonna bring this down even more. Boop. Maybe just about even. 15. That's perfect for me. And let's zip around to the other side. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fuel left. Should have put a docking port here. That would have been useful. Woohoo! So, we are now flying around Minmus with our set of drop pod landers. I have never done any science in this situation before, so we're actually going to do a crew report. Space near Minmus. Let's transmit that back with 100% efficiency. Not enough electric charge. Yes, that's not correct. It's not correct. I don't have any antennas on here, do I? Oh yeah, that might be a that might be a problem. We'll keep it for now. Not really much of a point. I did not put any antennas on here. That is kind of design flaw. There's usually an antenna on the back of these, but I guess I wanted to save a little bit of weight, and there was no point in doing it, since these are all going down to the surface. So, first one. Let's see if we can land in this area here. So let's go ahead and grab... Who's in this guy right here? I said crew hatch. Bill. Let's do Bill. You are going to... Let's control from here. Control from here. Let's decouple. Let's switch over to him. Oop, 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 oop. Nope, nope, nope. Not what I wanted to do. Switch to him. There we are. Cool. And then what we're going to do, since we're in Bill's pod now, we're going to just kind of burn a little bit retrograde here. We'll bring up the map as well. And we'll just kind of whoop. Hope for the best. Oh, I forgot to activate his engine. That was dumb of me. Activate engine. There we are. Wonder why it wasn't going anywhere. And right about there. And I want to know, with respect to the surface, how fast I'm moving. So I guess the ground is going this direction. So we might have to burn a little bit more like that. And if it starts moving out from under us, we will just kind of burn retro again. Whoop. Retrograde. Cool. So let's go ahead and, since that will always be in orbit around the planet, it's basically just a bunch of drop pods, which is really cool. I love that. love that feature that I made. Let's go ahead and, like I said, this is going to be probably the only one I'm doing on camera unless I can montage the rest. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Let's kill our speed here. Oh, Kitty was coughing. Let's kill this speed. Good. Just about as good as we can get. Almost. Hold on. Hold on. I promise. Respect to the surface. We need to move it just right around there. So now we're only falling, even though it looks like we're kind of have this arc here, we are actually moving at the same speed as the ground, left and right wise. So make sure you switch your map, your ball here, your gimbal ball or whatever the thing's called, to show you your surface speed. So now we're falling directly vertical with respect to the surface. Let's open up our gear. Let's hit our lights. Don't think we're close enough yet though. So it looks like this is one type of biome here. One of these. I actually have to look up the rest. We can kill off this speed very, very fast, so I don't have a problem with just kind of falling. Whoop. As you can tell, pretty darn fast falling here. Let's kill that off too. And let's put that back to center, please. There you are, you're right on center now. Just about. Oop, there's our shadow. I was looking for you earlier. The electric charge is not entirely a problem, since there's really nothing on here that requires us to use it, and we can generate our own. And this is plenty enough fuel to bring us back home, and I'll show you how. Hopefully this episode doesn't get too long, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, because it's been so long since I've recorded, and I haven't been able to really do anything else. Oop. Don't do that. You're being ridiculous here. Being obstinate! Game is being obstinate with me. Okay, let's go just float around for a second or two. There we are, okay. Boop, boop. And oop, oop, oop. I touched down and then I put myself back up. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's turn off the lights. No point. We are in the sun. We are not going to get out of the ship in the sun. But yeah, this is actually really cool. It's been a while. This is my favorite of all orbital bodies, by the way, is Minmus. Let's observe all our goos here. Let's keep that one. I know we're not, just having two of these is kind of redundant, but we could do like a above the surface. Actually, let's reset it, please, because that's a good idea. Because let's see, we can only get about this much more science out of it if we do another one, and it's not even. We're probably only get half of that little set. Kind of hard to see if you're watching in low res. I apologize. Crew report. Yes. Let's keep it. Let's do an EVA. And then we got to do this with the keyboard because I don't know if I've mapped this yet. Oops. EVA, please. Don't know if I've mapped this yet. Nope, I don't think I have. Okay. So we are going to do an EVA report. Let's keep that one. We are also going to walk over here and plant a flag. Plant the flag. Why do you always turn around? Like, you always face a weird direction. Like, I can't get a cool picture because it always says mod instead of DOM. So, let's see. I don't even know what episode this is. Minmus landing 1. What day do we land here? What's today's date? 1/7/13. No, 14. Sorry. Okay. Cool. Let's see. We did an EVA report. Cancel. Let's take a surface sample. 150 science. This is the thing that we always want to bring back. That is the most important part of this mission. Most definitely. Whoa. Low grav. Not used to that. Used to the moon. I did not put any ladders on here. Purposefully, because you can just kind of float up. Let's see. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. So we're going to try to do this mystery goo here. Hopefully it gives like a surf flying above it kind of thing when we blast off a little bit. And usually what I'm going to do, since there's not really much of a point to wait for the correct orientation of Minmus or anything, I'm just going to kind of get up, and then I'll show you what the plan is for when we're kind of floating and not really in an orbit or anything. So hold on one second, let me catch my breath and deal with this cat. Alright, okay, we're back, and I went ahead and looked at how long I've been recording this, and it's been quite a while. So let's actually zoom out a little bit. Let's see where we are. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go ahead and just burn upwards. I did everything that I really needed to. The only thing I need to do is see if I can get any of the science out of this can. So we're just going to go ahead and burn a little bit. See if we can get this. Oop. Yes. Space near Minmus. Okay, so that's not biome specific. Not horrible. So we're just going to go ahead and burn up a little bit, just so we can get some vertical height, and then we're going to kind of nose over towards this direction here. And I'm not really concerned about the surface anymore. Reasoning is because I want to pull my orbit just kind of to go against the direction that Minmus is going. And you'll see why in a few seconds, as soon as this pulls out and escapes Minmus influence. There it is. Cool. So we're going against the way that Minmus is going. So then we keep on burning towards that same direction. We're actually basically going retrograde here. Oh, cool. We have a moon encounter. That would be interesting. I don't have any more science instruments left, so I really can't do very much with that. So basically what's happening is we are kind of going retrograde with our future apoapsis. And we're going to have to make some adjustments eventually, but I'm going to try to put this down to about 27, 28. Ooh, that's an encounter. I don't need that. So I'll make an adjustment when I get back out, but look how much fuel we have. Basically, we just sent ourselves home from just this little bit of burn above the surface here. So that's kind of what I've been doing on all these planets, not planets, on the moon. I've been doing basically the same mission repetitively, just choosing a different area to land, different biome to land in. And that's what I'm going to be doing with the rest of the scatter pods here. So Jeb, Bob, and I forget what the last guy's name. Oops, I should know these things. They will be landing on separate biomes, collecting science, and basically we'll spend it at the beginning of the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.